This is Amaka. She lived in Umaro village. Amaka was a very hardworking maiden. She was not married because of her ugliness, but Amaka was very kind and generous. Amaka will go to her farm every day. After working each day, she will fetch firewood and help elders on her way home. On getting home, the villagers always make jest of Amaka anytime she passed because of her ugliness. Amaka was in love with a man called Okoro. She visited Okoro often, begging him to marry her, but Okoro would drag her out and disgrace her before the villagers. Amaka cried tirelessly. One day, she went to fetch water in the river, and Amaka saw released the fish. She fetched her water and left. On getting home, it was so surprising. Amaka met a man standing at her doorstep. Amaka asked the man, "What do you want, or whom did you seek, stranger?" And the man said, "I am the fish you released earlier." Amaka wanted to run, but the man stopped her. "My name is Ike. I am from the Ogudo River. I am here to return your favor to you. Let me marry you." Amaka was so happy and said yes to the man. "I will marry you." They
I would be
both
glad to be
hugged
your wife.
each other.
I would love to marry you.
Amaka and Ike became one. Amaka was so happy with her husband. They walked around the village and people admired them. They saw a blind man behind the road, and Amaka's husband touched the blind man's eyes, and his eyes opened. One day, Amaka and Ike, her husband, were walking on the street and met an old blind man. Ike touched the old man's eyes and he can see again. Everyone shouted for joy. The news spread like fire. People lined up with their sick ones in Amaka's hut. Amaka will bring a bowl of water and the husband will bless the water. Each time people lined up, she would then sprinkle the water on the sick ones and they will receive their healings. Their house were always piled up with sick people and they always rendered their help to help the sick ones. One day, Amaka and her husband went to the village market. People were greeting and praising them. Suddenly, a pregnant woman who has been pregnant for 8 years fell before Amaka's husband. He went near the woman and touched her stomach. The woman went into labor and delivered a baby. Everyone shouted for joy. Later that Amaka sat with her husband and she asked, "My darling, what is your secret?" And the man said, "I am a prince from Ogudu River. My power lies in my hands, and water must not touch my head in human realms, or else I will turn into a fish." Unknown to them, a woman was peeping while they were discussing. The woman ran to the village and spread the news. Soon the news got to the king. Different people running to the king to tell him that Amaka's husband was not a woman, and the king ordered the guards to go and arrest Amaka and her husband. The guards arrested Amaka and her husband, took them to the palace, and asked them to kneel before the king. All the villagers gathered to watch what will happen. And one of the guards shouted, "Pour him water." So they brought a bucket of water and poured on Amaka's husband's head. He transformed into a fish immediately, and everybody took to their heels. Amaka cried bitterly. Then darkness came, and thunder strikes, everyone on the run. What is the fate of Umaro's village? Amaka and the guards entered the forbidden forest. They got to the monkey mountains. The monkeys attacked them in large quantity. The guards fought and defeated all the monkeys. They continued with their journey until they got to a dangerous bridge. They planned on how to cross the bridge. Amaka was leading the way. They were on the bridge when Amaka wanted to fall inside the river. But one of the guards quickly grabbed her hands and saved her. Amaka was rushing without watching her steps. She nearly fell into the water again. They got to the locust mountain. They were attacked by the locusts, but they managed to escape, only for Amaka to fall into a mud pit. She was helped out by the guards. They got to a plain land and decided to rest for a while before moving on. And boom, a lion came chasing them. They ran as fast as they could. The lion chased them until they got to the black forest, where the sacred stone lied. They entered the forest, but they were so scared. Smokes everywhere and strange sounds. Everywhere was dark. Amaka looked up and saw the sacred stone in distance. Will Amaka and the guys get the sacred stones? Let's meet in my next episode. Amaka and the guards got to the black forest where the sacred stone lies. They wanted to pick the stone, but there was a thunder strike and they all fell back. They picked a leaf and put on their mouths. Then everything calmed down. Amaka picked the stone and they left. And boom, different spirits appeared to them, demanding to collect the sacred stone. The guards fought them and defeated all of them. They took to their heels and ran as fast as they could. They decided to rest a while. Then another three spirits appeared, demanding to collect the stones from them. They never rested. They ran as fast as they could, Amaka protecting the stone with all her strength. A spirit even came to them as the chief priest. They also defeated him. And then they got to a stream, wanted to cross the stream, and the stone fell inside the river. One of the guards dived in to retrieve the stone. Will the guard retrieve the stone? Let's meet in my next episode. Thanks. Don't forget to like, comment, and share on this beauty. Amaka and the guards ran so fast until they got away from the monster's forest. They got to a river. The stone fell down from Amaka's hand into the river. One of the guards dived in the stone from the river. Fortunately, he found the stone, glowing, and picked it. They walked until they got to the entrance of the village, where the rain and thunder was still striking. They met the chief priest. The chief priest led Amaka and the guards to the Obudu River, where the king and villagers await them. Amaka knelt down in the middle of the river. The chief priest called on the river gods. They appeared and accepted the sacred stone. Everything came to normal. The weather cleared. Rain and thunder stopped. Ike, Amaka's husband, rose from the water. They hugged each other and have a big wedding. All the villagers were so happy. Thank you so much for watching this amazing story. See you all in my next beautiful story.